All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is July 13th. We got ourselves a Sunday. We don't have a normal full game slate breakdown. Normally when we're traveling, we're going to do the hybrid version of the video. So we do have 3/4 plays coming your way in today's video. Before we do get to that, I'm going to go ahead and recap last night. It wasn't the worst night, but, we hit our bigger plays, but ultimately more losses than wins. So, you know what? In the red there. Shout out to the Sox, Garrett Crochet, for cashing both our first five and our first 300. I guess we can give the Rays a little bit of credit there. Unfortunately, the ride of the day does not come through Cedar Rafaela. We just talked about that game. Absolute low scoring game, right? 1-0 through 9 innings. Rafaela did have a hit, couldn't get the RBI. No, not many runs or RBIs in that. So the ride of the day streak from Dewan franchise comes to a close. We'll probably get back on the ride of the day after the All-Star break. This is the last day of games for a couple days now. So get those hashtag ride of the days down in the comments, but might not be jumping aboard with someone as we kind of travel back and whatnot today. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's plays. Like I said, 3/4. Two of them are player props. They're both 1/3 unit plays, kind of combining to what the rest of the slate is for us in terms of our other two plays. So we'll just start with play number one here. Looking at the first five under of the Pirates and the Twins. I like this spot here for a couple different reasons. First off, I do think the pitching could do all right. We have Simeon Woods Richardson, who's obviously had his ups and downs, going up against Mitch Keller. I'm kind of sitting here thinking that Mitch Keller can continue to be pretty good against a Minnesota offense that obviously has some potential behind it. That's the thought process. He's going to go fastball as one of his main pitches. It's a Minnesota team that is, first off, 27th in the last 30 days against righties in average, but 29th at hitting the fastball in terms of runs above average there. The slider is his next pitch. They're not all that great at hitting that either. They're ranked 15th in the MLB. But then you flip it over to Simeon Wood Richardson, who might be the guy that we have to worry about in a sense of him being consistent. First and foremost, he's been far better at home this year, so that's great. Secondarily, he's going to go fastball slider as his two main pitches. Fastball, Pittsburgh, as we know, not a very good offense, right? Pittsburgh 30th last 30 days in terms of runs above average. Oh, would you look at that? The slider also 30th. So Woods Richardson may be the pitcher that we have to worry about here, but I don't necessarily think the Pirates' offense is the team that we have to worry about here offensively. And we're getting this from -101. A 3-2 game could push this one, but I think this is more going to be like a 2-2 or a 2-1 spot there. Again, kind of backing these pitchers ultimately, but there is also a little bit in there of like, well, even if these guys don't pitch too well, we have two bad offenses out there. And last thing I didn't mention, Mitch Keller, 47 plate appearances against this current Twins roster, 23.4% K rate, 6% walk rate, an average against of 190. Expected batting average against drops down to 166 and an xWOBA of 213. And both of these guys combined have like an average launch angle against the current roster on the other side of nearly 6 degrees. So yeah, keep the ball in play, no big innings, and I think we cruise to a first five under here. Before we do dive into the other few plays, I do want to shout out Novig. I've been talking about them a lot, guys, because we've been using them a lot. If you don't know what it is a sportsbook exchange in which you're competing with other people out there. So someone setting team A at minus whatever odds, and you can take the other side, meaning you're beating that line that books are offering like 90% of the time. It is absolutely crazy because you're going up against, again, Joe Schmo setting their line, right? Go check it out. That link will be down in the description as well as the pinned comment. Use code GUYBOSTON when signing up as well. It'll get you some bonuses there. So go ahead and check that out. Novig, like I said, I've been using a bunch and been liking. Really, really cool. If it's available in your state, go ahead and sign up. All right, play number 2/3. We have Tyrone Taylor and Mark Vientos, both of them under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Now, this is when I said the 3/4 plays because both of these, so if that Pirates and Twins game, we're going to go zero point 0.6 units on it, right? 0.66, 2/3. Both of these are going to be 1/3 unit plays, so they'll amount to the same amount as our other two plays today. But why do we like this spot? Well, first and foremost, we have left-handed pitcher on the mound in Noah Cameron. Both of these guys do not hit lefties very well. Taylor batting 161 this season against lefties. You flip it over to Vientos, he's batting 172. Every other pitch in Cameron's arsenal, the change, the cutter, the slide up, the curve, the slide up, the slider, the curve, I do think are really good pitches against these guys. We will ultimately have to worry about the fastball. Both of these guys hit the fastball well. That's Cameron's main pitch, but again, hoping he can lock in here. I like the idea of him obviously being a lefty, but even if we do look at the fastball coming in from lefties to both of these batters. Cameron keeps it up and out to right-handed hitters, which is what we're looking at for both of these guys today. And both of them like to hit it in terms of heat map when it's up and in. So yes, we have to worry about up. With that being said, unless Cameron hangs one kind of in the top left part of the ball, the batting zone there in the strike zone, we might be okay. Because again, if he goes changeup, cutter, slider, curve, anything else he throws, these guys have a ton of swing and miss on them, a ton of strikeout on them, and they don't hit them very well. Their weighted on base average is very, very low against those pitchers. So yeah, I couldn't decide between the two of these. Just kind of said, hey, let's roll with both of them. Not parlaying them. I know this might look like it because they're next to each other, but again, just 1/3 unit on each of these. Taylor's a little bit more juiced, but I love the plus money there for Mark Vientos. I mean, you could look at his under 1.5 bases if you feel a little bit better, but I think I'm gonna go with that. Hits, runs, and RBIs. I just hope that Cameron can hand it off and the bullpen can do their job. We talked about it yesterday. It's like when you take these unders and all of a sudden the starting pitcher, you nailed that, right? You got it so correct. By the way, more chins, more wins. But the starting pitcher gets it all correct. And then all of a sudden it's like, all right, well, hand it to the bullpen, and now it's one hit, one RBI, that type of thing. We got to pray that one doesn't happen. But play number 3, it's a simple one, and maybe I am, missing the mark here for whatever reason, because I think that this is a nice spot for the Phillies on the money line here, as we have Chris Sanchez going up against Nick Pivetta. The thing that I like about this is, well, I guess a couple things. That's why we ended up taking it, right? By the way, guys, pinned comment, take you to the final plays. These are the final plays, but if you want them written out. Pivetta 106 plate appearances against this current Phillies roster. He's got a 23.6% K rate, but a 12.3% walk rate. That's not all that great. An average against of 283. He's got an expected slugging against of 508, an xWOB of 379, an actual WOB of 395. So not the best metrics. Flip it over to Chris Sanchez. He is a lefty. We know the Padres struggle there. Their offense has been kind of struggling anyways. 69 plate appearances against. He's got a 26.1% walk rate, K rate, a 1.4% walk rate, an average against of 206, a launch angle of -6.2. Yes, -6.2. So I do think this is a spot in which, they have the better offense. They're coming off of 2 straight losses. They have a pitcher that is very, very good here against both lefties and righties, which is important with some of these guys in this San Diego lineup, right? And you throw in the fact that pretty much everybody in the San Diego bullpen has pitched like 2 of the last 3 days, and if they haven't pitched 2 of the last 3 days, they pitched yesterday. So a lot of taxation there on the bullpen. I like the Phillies on the money line here for -121. Backing Sanchez, but honestly, I think Pivetta is very, very good. Fastball thrower. He'll get the ball in the air, though. If this Phillies team, starts to hit pretty well, and they are in San Diego, so, they are a team that likes to hit well in good weather, we could see them kind of get to Pivetta, and then I think, again, it's going to be open season on that bullpen. Hopefully, if we're looking at this, right? But guys, to recap what we have here, started off play number 1 is going to be that first 5 under in the Pittsburgh and Minnesota. Then we also have 2 player props in that Royals and Mets game, taking both these guys under hits, runs, and RBIs. But we're trying to be smart with our monies here, right? We're managing the units so that these 2, even in totality, are equal to these other 2 plays. And then we're ending it off with the Phillies on the money line there against San Diego. Again, they've already lost a couple. Bounce back spot. I love the pitcher on the mound. He is a lefty. Everything seems to line up. That's going to wrap it up for me, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. Like I always tell you when we travel, the video is going to be a little bit different. Not as great editing or production, sound, video, all that stuff, right? Sometimes you get angles on my double chin. I get it. Really do appreciate the people that stick it out and actually enjoy it still and whatnot, because obviously I understand that it's a little bit different of a video, right? So really do appreciate it. Comment 8 if you made it this far, and yeah, have a great break. This is the last time I'll talk to you guys about MLB for a while. Maybe we'll do some like fun streams and whatnot in the downtime, but yeah, no MLB for a few days now, so I don't know what we'll do with our lives, but we'll figure it out. Catch you guys in the next one, right? Peace out.